When you think of Bengaluru, what comes to mind? Startups, traffic, technology hubs. But every spring, the city turns pink and yellow. Tebebua, Gulmohar, Jakarta in full bloom. Streets transform. Social media calls it Bengaluru magic. But what if we told you this magic has a name? Hello and welcome to Indian Masterminds. I am Sabit. Today we bring you the story of a forest officer who did not chase headlines but quietly shaped the identity of a city. This is the story of Sethuram Gopalrao Neginhal, the man who helped Bengaluru breathe. Before he became the architect of Bengaluru's green cover, Neginhal was a boy growing up in Dharwad in 1929. His father was a forest officer, so forests were not distant landscapes, they were classrooms. As a teenager, he joined the Quit India movement. In 1951, he formally entered Forestry service. But for him, this was never just a government job. Forests were not his posting, they were his inheritance. For nearly 2 decades, he served in the dense forests of Uttara Kannada. Those years gave him something rare, an intimate understanding of the Western Ghats. Former IFS officer Deepak Sharma, his close friend, once told Indian Masterminds, he belonged to the forest. Those years in Uttara Kannada made him what he was. He understood the Western Ghats like few others ever did. His love for trees did not come from textbooks. It came from muddy boots, long patrols, and silent observation. In the early 1970s, Neginhal moved into wildlife administration. From 1972 to 1980, he oversaw most of Karnataka's wildlife sanctuaries. He underwent specialized wildlife training at the Forest Research Institute in Dehradun. When Project Tiger was launched in 1973 at Bandipur, it was Neginhal who drafted its first management plan. He helped shape Bandipur into Karnataka's pioneering tiger reserve. In 1974, he discovered the Kokkarebellur Pelicanry, a village where pelicans nested among people. He played a key role in declaring the Bilirangan Hills a sanctuary. He created the sanctuary for wolves at Melkote. He worked alongside legends like ornithologist Salim Ali and wildlife photographer M. Krishnan, and yet, despite all this, he remained simple. As Deepak Sharma said, he was in close contact with the finest naturalists of the country, but he remained grounded, always curious. But his biggest challenge was not in the forest, it was in the city. By the early 1980s, Bengaluru was expanding rapidly. Concrete replaced orchids, old trees were cut. The then Chief Minister R. Gunduravu wanted 1 lakh trees planted every year. In 1982, Neginhal was brought in to head Bengaluru's urban forestry division. What he created was not just a plantation drive, it was a movement. He redesigned tree gourds to reduce cost. He planted taller saplings to increase survival rates. He built nurseries across the city. He involved citizens directly. He knocked on doors, asked residents what trees they wanted. He created 350 tree wardens. Once, his team planted 15-foot trees at 2 a.m. to avoid traffic. Between 1982 and 1987, nearly 15 lakh saplings were planted. 15 lakh. As his friend Deepak Sharma remembered, not files, not proposals, trees, living, breathing trees. Neginhal was not just a field officer, he was a scholar of the Western Ghats. He authored books like Forestries of South India, Forestries of the Western Ghats, Sanctuaries and Wildlife of Karnataka, and Your Bangalore, the Trees. His books on the flora of the Western Ghats became a practical guide for generations of forest officers and students. As Sharma said, he documented what he loved. His writings were practical, they guided generations. Even after retirement at the principal chief conservator level, he kept visiting forest, observing birds, warning against reckless tree felling. He often said, One person needs at least 2 trees for balanced oxygen exchange. On 2nd May 2021, a day after turning 92, he passed away due to COVID-19 complications. But every spring in Bengaluru tells a different story. When Bengaluru blooms, his friend said, I feel he is still here. Today, when pink trumpet trees flood Instagram feeds, few remember the man who planted them. It took vision, it took systems, it took relentless effort. S.G. Neginhal did not just plant trees, he planted an idea that cities can breathe, that development and nature can grow together. At Indian Masterminds, we tell stories of public servants who built institutions quietly, without noise, without spectacle, but with lasting impact. If this story moved you, like this video, share it with someone who believes in sustainable cities, and subscribe to Indian Masterminds for more in-depth stories from governance, conservation and public service. Until next time, I am Sabit. Stay curious, stay responsible, and remember the shade you enjoyed today was planted by someone who believed in tomorrow.